Let me ask you what
right.
makes this so difficult. Is the biggest problem that Paulson created a financial instrument based on just how likely each of these mortgages were to fail? Is that what makes this worse than most situations?
Well, what makes this worse than most situations is that it's entirely possible that this young guy, who's now holding the whole firm hospital, Fabrice Touré, that entirely possible that he sold this thing fraudulently. And if he did, then Goldman has no real defense. So what I would emphasize at this particular moment is that this guy is way too powerful. The hearings are going to go badly. Goldman had a Wells notice, knew that they were going to get prosecuted. They didn't reveal it. It was totally immaterial. Again, they did that wrong. And the main thing you have to understand is that Goldman basically has said, government, you're just dead wrong. Instead of saying, government, we're sorry, what do you need to do? In order to end this, if it's a settlement, they will have to pay the largest fine in history, and it's questionable whether senior management's going to be able to stay. A lot of this is Goldman's doing.
All right, but I got to ask you, try and separate the fact that you worked there and just look
I don't think I could be more negative about Goldman than I just was.
Actually, I think you could. I think if you can separate and just look at the charge, no one's convicted, I'm not accusing them of it. But
it's not a frivolous one.
Why isn't it criminal? I don't understand, and I'm not the only one asking this question.
Well, look, it's because they haven't referred it, and because also, remember, two commissioners said it wasn't.
That is criminal behavior?
No, I don't know if no, it's not criminal. I mean,
why?
As a lawyer, it's not criminal. It's just not.
You have one customer to create a security and sell it to the other, and the thing is, you're not telling the customers that another customer, another counterparty, helped create the security.
I helped create almost every basket that I was involved in.
Is that a material?
No, that's not a material. I mean, this is, if you're trying to sell a car, it's like me building a car that I know is a lemon, a piece of crap.
Well, this is the Phil Angelides issue.
Hold on a second.
That's what Phil said.
And I say to all the other car makers in my shop, give me the worst crap that you don't want on your cars, the ones that make your cars inefficient. I'm going to put it in this car, and we're going to unload it on a consumer, and the second they take it out of the driveway, it's not going to work. Now, that's fraud.
But this wasn't a consumer. It was not the worst mortgages selected. Again, I don't even want to go down the path.
What do you mean it wasn't the worst mortgage?
Well,
no, Paulson specifically tried
but then
to
it was
find the
upgraded
most
by
likely to fail.
ACA. It was upgraded by ACA. Look, all of these failed. It didn't matter whether you picked the best or the worst.
No, it's the intent, though. And if your intent is to pick the mortgages most likely to fail, that seems to be fraudulent intent. And you are not suggesting
Again,
that
I'm saying it's a possibility.
But you're not. No. I mean, you're not suggesting that Paulson didn't deliberately try to find.
Oh, he definitely did, or else he's an idiot. He wants the thing to fail, so of course he did.
And who's smarter than Paulson? At
the time, it's not necessarily clear who was smart and who was dumb. I would say that the government does not have a frivolous case. It has a real case. And given it has a real case, Goldman has to settle. This is a ridiculous thing that Goldman's doing.
Well, that's interesting. It'll be a little settlement for them.
Yeah, it'll be $2 billion, $3 billion, and management may not stay.
I mean, that's half of what they're going to give Willie and me when we go to work.
I'm just more cynical now. I got to tell you.
You should be more cynical.